This is a quick trip we made to Destin, Florida, from our home in the Houston area. Just being cooped up, looking for someplace to go for a little while. I'm sure everybody is kind of in the same boat. We've been to Destin many times, and we go periodically. Just short trip. This would be a 3-day trip, and so this video will be kind of a little overview of our place where we stayed, and a walkthrough of the Air Force Armament Museum, which is a venue that's right near Fort Walton Beach, a short drive from Destin. Again, a place we've been to many times. Um, this is entering Destin. Of course, we drove from the Houston area. Nice trip. It wasn't bad. Traffic wasn't terrible. Weather was fine. As you can see, Destin is in fine form. The weather was nice. A lot of folks out, although, with the pandemic, there were some differences. We noticed a couple of places closed that would normally be open, and the times have changed at different locations. We stayed at a place called the Holiday Surf and Racquet Club. We're about to turn in here, and again, over the last 20 years, we've stayed there several times. Nice place, nice beach, pool. We'll give you a brief tour of our unit that we rented. They've managed to keep the place updated pretty nicely, and it's in pretty nice shape. This is a quick walkthrough of our unit. As you can see, it's been updated. It's pretty nice looking. If you had seen the units, 10, 15 years ago, you'd see the obvious difference. They've always been nicely kept up, but um, this renovation is pretty nice. The place is pleasant. Plenty of room, well kept up. In a moment, we'll walk out here on the balcony and give you a little brief walkthrough of the area and a look at the beach. We were in a ground floor unit, and again, very nice, quiet. Not a lot of folks here, and maybe the pandemic and the time of year has something to do with that. Mostly older crowd this time, which was fine. The tennis court, and to the right, just out of the field of view, is the pool, kind of where the two buildings meet. And then we're looking out toward the water, toward the beach. We'll walk out there in just a second, take a look at it. And as I say, things were a little different in the Destin area. I did notice that the mask requirements and those kind of things seemed a little less well enforced in Florida than they are here in Texas. But it seems while over here the signs say required, over there the signs say suggested. So that is a Marine Corps V-22 Osprey flying by, I believe. Destin being near Eglin Air Force Base, a lot of military traffic in the area. Military is a big part of the local economy. Looking back toward our unit, again, the grounds are nice and nicely kept up. Beach looked really good this time. Sometimes, depending on the weather, the beach can be, not as wide and as well kept up as previous times. This time it was very, very nice. Perhaps that's because they haven't had as much usage, as many visitors. We'll give you a look here in just a second, and then we'll make the quick transition to the Air Force Armament Museum, which is north of Fort Walton Beach. Short drive from here, maybe 20 minutes. The building itself was closed, but there are many static display aircraft outside, and that's what we'll be looking at. But as you can see, the walkway here is nice. There's showers. Get the sand off your feet. Looking back across, the court and the pool would be back in the background. These stairs have been rearranged many times over the years. This is the first time I noticed the wheelchair ramps. I had not seen that previously. I think our last visit here was in 2016, so it's been 4 years. But as you can see, the beaches are nice and wide. Water looked good. And again, the weather was nice. It was hot, but it's Florida, it's the Gulf Coast, and it's a beach, so it's not too bad. In a moment, I think we'll make a quick transition here with our filming. These are all pieces of video shot that were spliced together. This is the Air Force Armament Museum. It's right near the Eglin Air Force Base. Behind the trees is an active runway at Eglin, and on this day there were F-22s that were flying around over the field. But the building itself at the Armament Museum was closed because of the pandemic. There are a few displays and smaller displays inside. But outside there are a lot of nice static aircraft displays, and we'll walk through and around some of them here. As you can see, there were a few people out, I guess. Again, just people looking for a chance to get out in sunshine and not have to get too close to one another. This is a B-25. It's supposedly done up in the colors of Jimmy Doolittle's B-25 used in the 1942 raid on Japan, beginning of World War II. We'll walk around and get a closer look at the displays. Again, been here many times as well. Again, it's just a, if you're looking for a place to go and just a walk, it's a nice, quiet place to walk around and have something to look at. Inside, there are probably 3 or 4 other aircraft, and there's a room with different armament and smaller displays that would be in cases that couldn't be out. Also, some munitions displays. It's pretty nice, and this is free of charge. There's no charge to get into the building, no charge to drive up here and park in the lot, walk around. There was a volunteer driving around in a golf cart selling a bottle of water for $1. Normally, when it's open, the place is manned by volunteers. It's a B-17 Flying Fortress from World War II. That is a Canberra, B-57 Canberra. If you watched the recent SpaceX launch and you saw the footage of the splashdown, that was being filmed from a B-57 operated by NASA at Ellington Field in Houston. They used the plane for weather reconnaissance, I believe. I think they're the only ones still using the plane. In the distance, there is an AC-130 Hercules. It's a gunship version, as I believe this is the very first C-130 that was converted to the gunship configuration. And I think we'll get some shots on the other side. You'll see the impressive weaponry on the plane. Normally, this is a cargo plane. On this side, you can see the Gatling guns on sticking out of the side of the plane. Not in the shot, but there are a couple of larger ones, probably 40 millimeters in the back. And across the way, an A-10, F-16, and an F-15 will cross the street momentarily. This is just a little entrance drive into the parking lot. AC-47 in the background was the precursor to the AC-130. Boom, okay, we're on the other side. And then F-15, F-111, and off to the right, just kind of out of the picture coming in, is an RF-4 Phantom reconnaissance version. There's another Phantom on the other side of the building we'll see momentarily. Again, this is the AC-47, which is the gunship version of the C-47. I mean, obviously the planes, paint is in sad shape on some of them. They sit out in the Florida sun regularly, but still, they're nice to see. We'll walk around toward the back of the building. The displays go completely around the building. You can walk around freely. This is the back side of the building. We have a T-33, which was a trainer aircraft. In the background, I think that is a Martin Mace missile. Got a shot of the T-33. F-84 Thunderstreak on the left. And on the right, kind of just with a big wing tank looking at you, is an F-89 Scorpion. There, well, another wing tank on the Scorpion. And an F-86 Sabre from the Korean War. Scorpion again, F-89. On the left, we just went by an F-100 Super Sabre. That's a F-101 Voodoo from McDonnell Douglas, kind of, I think, precursor to the Phantom. And an F-104 Starfighter. B-47 Stratojet. And another F-4 Phantom on the right. Another shot of the B-47 on the left. That is a MiG-21 and a Cessna 02, the military version of the Skymaster. And this is a look at the building. Okay, take a little walk here in front. That is the mother of all bombs, if you've heard being used fairly recently in places like the Middle East. A big bomb. And as we approach the end of the video, I think we'll maybe have a couple more items to show. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're getting along well in the pandemic. And we would certainly appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel. Try to have more content coming out as soon as we can. This is an SR-71 Blackbird spy plane. We walked by momentarily just a little while ago, a B-52 bomber. I don't think we got a very good shot of it, but it's out there as well. And in the background, Sikorsky MH-53 helicopter. And again, if you're in the area, the Destin area, Fort Walton Beach area, It's free. It's a nice place to walk through. It's quiet, well kept up, and I think it might be worth your time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.